Hello and welcome to this year's first edition of NewsWatch. I'm Victoria Self.
And I'm Kevin Rounce.
Coming up on NewsWatch, find out if minors using fake IDs is a growing concern for Ellensburg.
Plus, learn how Kittitas School District responds to last week's raids and a community update.
This and more coming up on NewsWatch. Now that classes are fully underway, students are hitting the downtown area. But are all students really of age? I wanted to find out more about this topic and find out what happens to underage students who get caught. Drinking is the thing to do when you are a college student. It's especially fun when you can go out to the bars with friends and have a good time. But that is only if you are doing it legally. As you probably know, the legal age for drinking is 21, but that rule is not followed by a lot of young adults.
I have a few use fake IDs, and they usually work every time.
Captain Dan Hansberry of the Ellensburg Police Department says that fake ID usage is always a problem, but that now it's shifting to more people using other people's IDs rather than a fake. In the past 2 years, there has been 12 accounts of fake ID usage in Ellensburg, Washington. Using one of these at an establishment like the Starlight, if it's fake, could land you a Class C felony. That is 5 years in jail, $10,000 in fines, or both. To get your license to serve alcohol, you're required to take a class on how to spot fake IDs.
But it's a good combination between fake IDs and just not having an ID or having an ID that says they're too young to be in a bar.
If a person is caught with a fake ID, the bouncer or bartender is required to take the ID and call the police. When the police arrive, the ID is put in their custody and they begin to search for the owner or forger of that ID. In past years, the Ellensburg Police Department and the Washington State Liquor Board have partnered up and started a sting or shoulder tab program, where underage people go into a bar or liquor store and try to purchase alcohol. Going out and having a good time is fun, but only if you follow the rules and stay safe.
Kittitas County continues to dry out from major flooding. County Public Works Director Kirk Holmes is tasked with coming up with a plan to prevent damage from future floods. Holmes took public comments Tuesday and noted one particular idea, relieving pressures on ditches, held some promise. County Commissioner Paul Jewell doesn't believe the county will qualify for federal help.
The floods that came through Ellensburg, Washington affected more than just homeowners. Roadways, local businesses, and schools used sandbags and hay bales so they could protect their property as floodwaters rose. Sandbags were made available to residents around the county along with the help of transporting the filled bags. NewsWatch reporter Shantara Anderson went out in the field to see the aftermath of the floods. Still after the floods, you can see sandbag walls still intact because the warmer temperatures expected in the coming days, more floods can still arise. Anderson Hay Secretary Amy Schreiner says the floods haven't affected any of their hay prices. This is only one instance of a business that did okay during the floods. We will continue to bring you updates about how local businesses and farmers are making out after the floods.
Last week's U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement raid left Ellensburg confused and restless. Reporter Brandon Shrike updates us about the community status and how people can help families in need.
Last week, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, also known as ICE, raided 22 homes here in Ellensburg on 11 warrants for the misuse of visas, manufacturing, and forgery of documents. If any other adults in the homes couldn't produce proper paperwork, they were arrested as well. The community is looking for answers. Where did they go from here? Well, the First United Methodist Church behind me is accepting donations of food, diapers, and monetary values to help provide relief for the families involved in the raids. They're also holding regular meetings to discuss where we can go from here as a community. Other raids have occurred throughout eastern Washington. Selah was hit earlier this week. ICE plans to hit other cities as well, but won't release any more information on what their plans are. Silent vigil protests in the city happen as well in front of the local post office. Reporting for NewsWatch, I'm Brandon Shryack.
Hispanic students head back to school in Kittitas despite unrest late last week. Many were absent Friday after the Immigration and Customs Enforcement raid Thursday morning. Principal Chris Brower says that he and his counselors have met with concerned students and they returned to normal absent numbers. Hispanic kids make up 13% of Kittitas schools.
Coming up after the break, NewsWatch reporter Bobby Stover has more on the Ellensburg Lodging and Tax Advisory Committee deciding on a plan for new marketing, a plan that takes Ellensburg in a different direction.
We'll be back in 90 seconds.